Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, it doesn't work without you guys. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up this morning. Wake up. How's everybody doing? Because you know what today is. Do you know what day it is? Mike. It's Hope Day. That's right. It is the middle of the week. Man, I swear, I don't know about you, but I swear, going through this pandemic, I can't believe it's been 3 months. This year, as bad as this year's been, it still feels like it's flying by. It might be because I'm getting old. See, here's the thing. When you're 10 years old and you think about a year, well, that's a tenth of your life. Well, when you're 50 years old, a year is only a 50th of your life. So it seems like it's not a whole lot. And that's where you start thinking, I ain't got that many days left. And you're worried that they're going to run out. So maybe that's why it feels like time is flying by because we're almost to the middle of June. It's the 10th of June already. And we sit 95 days, 11 hours, 56 minutes, and 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds, away from kickoff for the Cowboys. And that's not the kickoff of the season. You can take off a few more days for the kickoff of the season there. Oh my God. It's literally around the corner. And it's looking like the way things are going to be going is basically roughly about a month from now, maybe a little bit longer, teams will start getting together. It won't be the OTAs and the mini camps like we're used to. They're just going to get together middle of July and start getting ready for a season. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped. I'll be happy just to be talking about practice. Not a game now. I'll be happy to even be talking about practice for our Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so what I've been doing for the last 4 days, today being the fourth, is looking at the potential upgrade for the Dallas Cowboys on their offense and defense and the potential weak spot on our defense as well. Yesterday I was talking about the biggest upgrade from where we were. I think it's actually going to be the defensive line with the getting Neville Gallimore as well as getting Gerald McCoy. That finally now we're going to have a middle of the field that is going to be something to reckon with. If you can look at, or if you look at last year when teams ran on us, they at the point of attack at the center, we gave up 4.6 yards per play running. That's a disgrace. 4.6. And when you think about quarterbacks, if they don't have pressure in their face, they can get comfortable. They can step up. They can move around the pocket. They can take off. And that, again, was one of those problems on our defense. And no, it wasn't Dak Prescott's fault. Before all you haters, if Dak Prescott was a better quarterback, we would have done better getting the other quarterback. Okay, whatever. So today, I'm looking at where are the potential weakest point on the Dallas Cowboys. What's the biggest loss? Well, we have a lot of unknowns on the defense because we've actually had a major upheaval. Robert Quinn ends up going to the Bears, getting a big contract, leaving a hole of 11 sacks. Now you've got Aldon Smith coming in, who hasn't played in 4 years. You don't know what you're going to get from Aldon Smith. You don't know how much his skills have deteriorated, how much rust he's going to have, and so forth. Now, if we look at that point and say that's going to be a weak spot, the good news may be that it may not be just a one-man show like it was basically with Robert Quinn. What you may be looking at is edge rusher by committee, because you also have Tyrone Crawford coming back from double hip surgery, which again is another unknown, who is also part of that rotation. Also, maybe added to the mix could possibly be Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory may be added to that mix as well, pending on being reinstated. But most indications and most thoughts are it would be pretty hypocritical for the NFL to keep him out when everything is kind of changed between the view and a lack of suspensions now for marijuana. They'll find you, they'll take your cash, but they'll keep you out on the field. So I think it's just a matter of time before he gets reinstated. So you can look at that and say there's too many unknowns, and that could possibly be a problem, an area of concern. But I will say that one of those guys will start kind of stepping up and becoming that lead dog. And the fact that we also have help. It's not one of those situations where when we had DeMarcus Ware and we had Jason Hatcher and the rest of the line was not very good. You also now have a tough middle of the field. So because hopefully D-Law comes back with a vengeance, that he's gotten rid of the Snickers contract, and he's going to be hangry. If he steps up, if your Gallimore and your Dontari Poe, as well as Gerald McCoy's, are able to put pressure on, that takes some of the pressure off the outside because offenses can't focus in on everybody. And here's the key. That's not actually where I'm thinking that we have the biggest concern. Some people will still say safety. Some people say we should go get Jamal Adams. Well, you ended up getting Clinton Ha-Ha-Dix. Clinton Ha-Ha-Dix last year had 78 tackles and I want to say 2 interceptions. The year before he played for the Redskins, got that stank on him. I think he only had 66 tackles and no interceptions. But the year before, he played in limited games, only had 22 tackles, but had 3 interceptions. So we're talking about a guy over the last 5 years had 5 interceptions. I think that would lead the Dallas Cowboys in interceptions alone right there. And last year was a really good season for him. I think that was a upgrade over Jeff Heath. Jeff Heath was a solid safety, but he didn't do much that was going to wow you. So at worst case, I'd say you're at least even or going up. I don't think that that's a loss. I think Xavier Woods, being in a contract year, who has been coming on, who actually played pretty well last year, actually is pretty good. And then you got Donovan Wilson, too, who's looking to try and break into the lineup as well and make some noise. So I don't think safety is as much as a concern as people think. To me, the potential one would actually be a cornerback with Trayvon Diggs, being a rookie. The guy actually had a great season last year, had 2 interceptions, I believe, and 37 tackles. Oh, three interceptions last year and 37 tackles. But you have a rookie coming up to the NFL. Now, he's taking, of course, Byron Jones' position. Byron Jones was steady. People a lot of times threw away from him. Good player, didn't get injured, but had 2 interceptions in his whole career with the Cowboys. So you may have a drop-off because he is a rookie out there. But let me say the positive spin on this will be is, for me, I have preached this forever. And maybe it's because I was a defensive lineman. But for me, defense isn't about one guy. Defense is truly where it is truly team oriented. You can have 10 guys do exactly the right thing, but it only takes one guy to screw up. And the reverse is true, where what one guy does can make another player better. And that's where the Dallas Cowboys, I think, right now potentially have one of their best defensive lines in a long time. And the thing about a defensive line in the Dallas Cowboys never being that worried about that one technique, about having lightweight defensive linemen, about really being able to get after the quarterback, because the Cowboys have been in the bottom third of sacks forever, okay? The last 4 years, it's been, I think, 24th is the highest. But when you can put pressure on the quarterback, when you can make him have to hurry up, it makes all the other levels that much better. That's why I've always said, invest in that one technique guy, because he may not show you big numbers, but he's making those edge rushers more effective because the quarterback can't step up. If you invest in that guy in the middle who keeps the guards taking on double teams, it's an abusive position. You're going to get beat down. You're going to get bruised. You're going to be sore come Monday. But if you have that guy that requires double teams, that means that guard's not getting off to the linebackers. So that means your linebackers are free to roam, to scrape, to make the plays, because that's how the defense is designed. And if you're putting pressure on the quarterback and that quarterback's getting antsy and worried about getting his teeth knocked out, he's throwing that ball quicker, which means those D-backs don't have to hold up as long. So that's where I look at it and say that defensive line can help with that weakness that may be Trayvon Diggs. So I look for our defense to be better than it was last year, and it's going to need to be better than it was last year because, well, if we have aspirations of going anywhere, we need our defense to step up another notch. So there we go, guys. I guess we could look at special teams tomorrow and see where we go. As always, guys, I hope you have a great day. I got a lot of work and stuff to do in the shop, and got to go out in the new truck and run some errands and get some wood. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. I'll see you later.